We're going to start with the Manager of the Year Award. It's the only award we're presenting tonight. There will be no System of the Year Award. I myself nominated this man. I'm going to read you my nomination. This nomination is for a very deserving individual. He's been in the water industry since 2007. This person has attended Rural Water Association of Arizona Operator Training Class and successfully passed ADQ examinations for certification. This individual continued to raise the bar of professionalism by founding a water sampling testing business, serving water systems around the Basin area. Recently, this water district manager approached the Water Infrastructure Finance Authority of Arizona for funding and improvements needed for Rim Trail Domestic Water Improvement District. Rim Trail DWID was awarded $270,000 loan to fund major improvements to their water system. These improvements include repair of a 35,000-gallon storage tank, replacement of their water system, and a 10,000-gallon storage tank, automated meter reading, and 1,300 feet of pipeline replacement. This area of the rim is very steep and rocky, so a very skilled track hole operator was contracted. HDPE pipe was used. This pipeline replacement and pull-offs were used, where none had been. These projects were accomplished during the COVID-19 pandemic shutdown. Viability and sustainability of this water system has been provided through the pandemic shutdown. Viability and sustainability of this water system has been provided through the hard work and effort of this dynamic individual, truly deserving the RWAA Tribute of Excellence Manager of the Year Award. Unfortunately, Don Ascoli passed away. And so here to accept the award is his son, Mario Ascoli.
Thank you for allowing me to speak here tonight on behalf of my father, Don Ascoli. He's had an illustrious career starting out at Motorola when they used to have vacuum tubes and went to semiconductors. He got to Motorola in 1969, the time I was born, and he basically had to learn what a transistor was and take one technology and move it into another. From there, he did sales for a long time at Motorola, and then after that, he decided to start a business on his own. He went and started a business called Checkmate Technology, and you've heard of Apple computers coming around in the 1980s. He basically started a company that helped him with RAM boards, graphic boards, came up with sleep mode. You probably heard of on your computers through his company, and then he also did modem software. After that, he decided to go back to Motorola a little bit, and decided it was just not fun not being an entrepreneur. So he left that, started a DVD business that basically shared memories of people and events, like funerals and things like that, and he gave it his all. I mean, sometimes he was telling me you lose money on the job, but as long as he made a DVD that people enjoyed and they can see for the rest of their life, it was worth it. And my dad also then basically left that job and moved up to Payson in 2004. And a few years later, he met a water operator who was running our system that we had. And the water operator was getting a job at the county. And he asked him some questions and said, how hard is it to be a water operator? That way you have to go take a test, make sure your math skills are good, which my dad's math skills are very good. And he was able to pass the test and became a water operator. After that, he decided to start his own water company, Run Country Water Testing, where now we have about 15 systems. And he then wanted to pass that on to me. And about 4 years ago, where I left my job at Apple and came to help him out. He's somebody that if you know him, you know a lot about him, because he wanted to really know who you were, your name. And when he knew your name, he basically would remember that for the rest of his life. But with Rim Trail here, I helped him out with this facility. We did a lot of different jobs, fixing pinholes, digging ditches, putting pipe in. A lot of our pipe was all over the place, not on the maps. We had sometimes went in and didn't know what we were looking at. Pipes going one way, pipes going another way, spigots put on places they shouldn't have been put on. But anyways, we went and fixed it all up, got it on maps. This is our well that we just came up with, called Well 4. We helped with all the plumbing in there and the building. My dad, this was one of his last major projects before getting into WIFA. On WIFA, we did 1,000 feet of pipe, very rusty, galvanized pipe, 50-year-old pipe. And just 2 days before we passed on August 2nd, with all the rain, we had a leak about the size of a pin. And we lost 40 homes for a couple days, and it was raining. That's when we had all that rain. And he wanted to do it out in the rain. We decided not to do it. And the next morning, we got all that clay and everything, but we went and fixed it for everybody. And he just made sure that, whatever he did, he always looked at the customer and what the customer was thinking, and also making sure that the customer, got the services that they needed. And I just want to say, I'm just so proud of my dad. He wanted to retire this year in November. He's retired forever. And this is Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and his arms around him. So I just want to say thank you for allowing me to speak. And now I'm going to have my brother Paul to say a few words. Thank you.
Mario said their names, and he wanted to know you. He wanted to know your story. What's the story that you have behind what made you you? And that was something. That was who he was. He had COVID and a heart condition, and literally the day of his passing, he was out there that morning in the cold working on one of the pipes that they had an issue with. He was customer first and just thinking about other people. So thank you very much.